Yo, it's D.Arthur in the building. I'm talking to you guys today about activate alpha mode on seed retention. Activate your true core self on seed retention. Now, why is there a correlation between activating your alpha, the alpha part of you, when you go on when you decide to go on seed retention, and activating your beta self when you relapse consistently? See, the thing is, the difference between how you act when you're on seed retention is because you're of your mindset and your abundance choices that you think that you currently have. And the thing is, like, it doesn't even have to be like you have a plethora of options and you're just so abundant. It's just a switch in your brain on how your mindset is working, because you start realizing that just because you've retained, you've done something for yourself. And now, since you've retained and you've done something for yourself, you automatically just think that you have better, that you deserve better options. If someone isn't treating as fairly as you think they can, you automatically just switch them, and then it's on to the next one. You're no longer in the scarcity mindset, and this is the difference when you're retaining. When you do small things for yourself consistently, maybe you wake up, you brush your teeth, you have a face wash that you put on, you take a shower or something like that. You automatically just done something for yourself, and now all of a sudden, just because you've done something like that, you think that you deserve better options. And this just starts happening more when you consistently start taking care of yourself. And the thing is about seed retention is, like, once you start doing this routinely, you realize that, like I said, you're a higher valuable person. You're a higher valuable male. You're no longer in scarcity. You're in abundance. And now you start tolerating a lot less, and this is a difference. You start tolerating a lot less, and this is how you basically activate your alpha self. Because the thing is, like, if you're consistently relapsing, busting, and not doing anything for yourself, always complaining, always doing the same things that are not going to get you anywhere, always just being a mediocre version of yourself, you don't think that you deserve better options. Your subconscious does not believe that you truly deserve better options. And if you don't believe that you deserve better options, you're not going to act like you deserve better options. You're not going to do anything different, and you're pretty much going to get the same result. So the thing is, like, you will start activating your alpha self on seed retention. And if you consistently start doing things to take care of yourself, doing things like maybe doing little favors for yourself, this is going to start becoming your lifestyle, and then you're no longer going to go back to tolerating less from people. You really don't have, because you in your internal brain, you realize that you have choices now, regardless if you have choices or not. Just because you're taking care of yourself, and you're doing things for yourself, you automatically think that you just deserve better options. Maybe it's getting a haircut. You can start realizing, if you haven't maybe gotten a haircut in, like, maybe a month or 2 months or something like that, and then as soon as you walk out of the barbershop with getting a haircut, you start realizing, like, hey, you start looking at yourself and you start realizing, hey, like, you look good. And now you really just don't tolerate, you're not tolerating anybody who isn't on that same sort of frequency or consciousness as you. Someone who doesn't look as physically appealing to you as anymore. You start realizing that you just start having more options. Your alpha brain is activated. Your abundance switch in your brain is activated. You're not in scarcity mode anymore. You consistently keep doing things that are for your better, for your higher good, for your better self, the things that you know that you are just better for you to do. And now, since you're doing this consistently, things are becoming easier. You're exhibiting more options. You're becoming more of a higher valuable male, And like I said, now you're tolerating less, and you're tolerating the best from people. You're only tolerating the best now. You're not tolerating bad behavior. You're not tolerating half effort. You're tolerating 100% full effort, or you really don't have time for them anymore. This is what starts to happen to you, because you start realizing that you have standards for yourself. You have choices for yourself. You start having respect for yourself. The only way for other people to respect you is for you to respect yourself. And when you go on receiver retention, your alpha mode has been activated, and now you're in choices. You're in an alpha mindset. You've activated your alpha mindset. You've activated your choices mindset. So like I said, you're tolerating less from people. Like I said, if someone gives you bad effort, half effort, you no longer are tolerating it, because you finally have respect for yourself. But the thing is, if you don't have any respect for yourself, and your habits are not aligned with someone who has respect for himself, you're gonna let people walk all over you. You're gonna let people walk all over you. You're gonna get the shorter end of the stick from people, and you're never gonna be too serious about it. You're gonna let people treat you however they treat you, and then if they treat you not as fairly as you think they can, you still don't care, because like I said, you have less options for yourself. You're exhibiting less options. So like I said, go on seed retention, activate your alpha mindset, activate your alpha mode, and just start watching what happens. You start watching what happens. Maybe you have an Instagram and you start posting stories on seed retention. You start realizing that people start peeping. You have a quench for intellectual conversations with people. It's no longer about just hit it, quit it anymore. You start realizing that you need to satisfy a part of your brain that wants deep intellectual conversations with people. You need deeper conversations with people. You need deeper intellectual conversation to share with people. You need to share a better way of life. You want to mastermind with people who are on the same vibrational frequency as you. You're no longer attracted to the people who are on a less vibrational frequency as you. And what does this really mean? It just means that you only want to share, you only want to talk to, you only want to correlate with people who share similar interests, or who are in a similar vibe than you. But the thing is, like, if you're always relapsing, like, you don't think you're good enough to be able to share the mastermind with people, just because you're not becoming the better version of yourself that you know that you can be. Like I said, you start tolerating less. You only want to share intellectual conversations with people. You want to like I said, you want to take care of yourself. You want to become the best version of yourself, and becoming the best version of yourself helps you weed out the people who you think deserve to be in your life, and who don't deserve to be in your life. Because the thing is, like, once you start leveling up in any area of your life, people who deserve it are gonna flock to you, and people who don't deserve it are gonna flock to you. You're gonna be the hottest new thing in town, just because of the way you're acting. It literally just comes down to how you're acting now. Before, when you were relapsing consistently, you weren't putting that high value zest about you, and people weren't attracted to it. But now, since you're becoming higher value, it's just a lot easier for people to want to be next to you. People want to share things with you. People want to develop relationships with you, because like I said, you're becoming your highest value. You're becoming your best version, and people are attracted to people's best versions. So I mean, it would be in your best interest to act your best interest all the time, your best version all the time. And like I said, when you go on seed retention, it's just a lot easier for you to do this, because you're finally your highest version self. Your higher self is finally manifesting itself in this matrix. You have a closer connection to the Most High. You have a closer connection to Source. You no longer tolerate the smaller, petty behavior that you used to tolerate. You're only offering higher vibrational vibes. You only care about positive oriented things. You no longer want to being gossip. You're no longer a beta male. You're more alpha. You're nonchalant. You're laid back. You're laid back. You're more of a problem solver instead of a gossiper. You no longer have any correlation between people who like to gossip about things on other people. That doesn't stir your soul enough. So you only talk to people who are you only talk to people who are on the same, who offer problem solutions. You're only correlating with people who offer solutions instead of problems. Like I said, gossiping is a thing of the past. Lower vibrational activity is a thing of the past. You're more ambitious now. You have no time for other smaller petty things. You're more ambitious. You want to do things with your life. You want to mastermind with people who are sharing the same intellect as you. You're living for your mind, body, and soul. At the beginning, you used to just live for your body or your mind, but now you start realizing the soul is part of it. So you start living for your mind, the body, and soul. You're on a higher vibrational frequency. You're a different level of consciousness. You might be operating from the love consciousness. From shame, fear, and guilt no longer have any correlation with you. You only want the best from people. You only want the best from yourself. You only want to listen to podcasts that make you want to think. You're more of an intellect. You're becoming more intellectual. And like I said, the lower vibrational things that you used to do just no longer are attracted to you anymore. You don't care as much. You want things that help your soul develop instead of only living for the body. You're on semen retention. You're a higher vibrational being. You're becoming closer to your spiritual self. You're becoming better. You're becoming closer to the best version of yourself. So you only are attracted to things that help you grow as an individual. So your alpha mode will be activated. Your beta mode will be not activated, and now you're just becoming a lot more alpha, nonchalant, laid back. You're becoming a problem solver, and you're just becoming, like I said, you're becoming the 2.0 version of yourself, and you're becoming more alpha. And now you only want to talk with people who are on the same vibe as you, if that makes sense. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. Watch out for new heat. Peace.